Hello friends, welcome back to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World, where we do all kinds of stuff. We do baseball cards and dice simulations. We shine bright lights in my face to see how annoyed I'll get. We do Glory Days boxing. We do all kind of book reviews on Monday. All kinds of stuff. And today, we're doing Inside Pitch Baseball. I am doing a replay of the 1986 Atlanta Braves season. Now, I know what you're saying to me. You're saying, Kurt, what gives? The 1986 Atlanta Braves sucked hard. And they did. But the interesting thing, well, there's many interesting things about the 1986 Atlanta Braves. Chuck Tanner was giving it one last go as a manager. Their bench was loaded with veteran names from the 70s and 80s from All-Stars. And they were in the race for the National League West title until kind of mid to late August. So there's a lot going on here, and I want to see if I can figure out how Chuck Tanner did it. So, today is April 19th, 1986, and the Los Angeles Dodgers, going nowhere themselves in 1986, are visiting Atlanta Fulton County Stadium to pay the Braves a visit. Their starter will be Hershiser on the mound, and he will be opposed by left-handed starter Z.Smith for the Atlanta Braves. We are using Inside Pitch as our game engine here. And I'm glad you're with us. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. Lots going on all the time. Different sims, different demos, all sorts of stuff. And so with no further ado, let's get to today's starting lineup. Visiting Dodgers, leading off at shortstop, it's Mariano Duncan. Batting second in center field, Ken Landro. Batting third at third base, Enos Cabell. Batting fourth in right field, Mike Marshall. Batting fifth in left field, Cesar Cedeno. Batting sixth at first base is Greg Brock. Batting seventh at shortstop, at second base. I'm so used to writing Bill Russell's name in the shortstop position. I do it reflexively. He was playing second base in this game. Mike Soch will bat eighth and do the catching. And on the mound, it's Hershiser. Hershiser on the 1986 season was 14-14 with a 3.85 ERA in 231 innings of work. All right, for the home-standing Atlanta Braves, leading off is Claudell Washington in right field. Rafael Ramirez bats second at short. Dale Murphy bats third in center field. Bob Horner bats fourth at first base. Ted Simmons is behind the plate today, batting fifth. Terry Harper will play left field and bat sixth. Ken Oberkfell bats seventh and plays third base. Glenn Hubbard will bat eighth and play second. And Z.Smith will be on the mound. In the 1986 season, Z.Smith was 8-16. with a 4.05 ERA in 204 innings of work. These are, by the way, the as-played lineups. Why do we use as-played lineups? Because if we don't, heads explode all over this great land of ours, and I can't have that on my conscience. We are ready to go now with Braves baseball. Steps in the batter's box, Z.Smith winds and deals, and the first pitch of the game is an open result. Duncan swings and hits it on the ground to Glenn Hubbard. To his left, he gloves it. He throws to Bob Horner for out number one. We're underway in Atlanta. Here comes Ken Landro, the sometime center fielder by this point in his career for Tommy Lasorda. Smith winds and deals. It's an open result for Landro, and it's a ground ball to Glenn Hubbard. He plants and throws to Horner, and there's two down in the first. Next is Enos Cabell, who somehow worked his way into the third spot in the order in today's lineup. And there's no sign of Enos having Tommy Lasorda's children tied up in his basement, so we don't really know how he pulled that off. Smith winds and deals. It's a home run check. This is too... Oh, no, it's not going to be. Too high. Enos swings, and it's a base hit through shortstop. Rafi can't corral it. It's into left field, and Terry Harper throws it back in. 2 outs, 1 on for Mike Marshall. Smith, the stretch, and the delivery is a wild pitch check, but a 20's too high. Marshall swings and hits it on the ground to Ken Oberkfell. Ken's going to go the short way to Glenn Hubbard at second, and that'll retire the Dodgers in the first inning. We go to the bottom of the first. We're scoreless in Atlanta. Top of the order, of course, coming up for the Braves in inning number 1. It's going to be Claudel, Rafi, and Murph. Hershiser, a little bit of a down year in 86, I'd say, for him. The wind and the delivery is a strikeout check, and even with the -2 for strikeouts, hey, struck him out. And the bottom of the first is underway. Rafael Ramirez coming up. Hershiser winds and deals. Error on a throw check. Ramirez hits it on the ground to Hershiser, but a 7 will not be an error. Orel turns and makes the throw to Greg Brock, and there's 2 down in the bottom of the first. Now it's Murph. By far the MVP so far of the Braves, even though they're only 3-5 on the young season. The pitch from Hershiser is an open result for Murph, and that's going to be a question mark. He jolts this one to center and deep. It's going to get over Landro's head. One hopping the wall. Murph around first, and he'll take second with a 2-out double. And now there's a chance for Horner to give the Braves the lead. Horns at the plate, Hershiser the stretch, and the delivery is a walk check, but that's too high. Horner hits it to left toward the line. On the run is Cedeno, and he gets there. For out number 3, we've played 1. In Atlanta, we have no score. In the Dodger second, it's Cedeno, Brock, and Russell coming against lefty Z.Smith. Tommy's got his left-handed hitting lineup on the field today. Smith winds and deals to Cesar. Hit by pitch check, but that's too high. Cedeno swings and hits it in the air to center. Coming on is Murph, and there's 1 down. Greg Brock up now. Smith winds and delivers to the Dodger left-handed, hitting first baseman, and he hits it on the ground to Hubbard. To his left, he throws to Horner for out number 2. Bill Russell coming up with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Z.Smith winds and deals. And that's a base hit for Russell. A 2-out single right back through the box, and that'll bring up Sosha with Russell at first. Z.Smith the stretch, and the delivery to the Dodger catcher is a walk check, and he does walk him. A 2-out walk gets him Hershiser with 2 on. Hershiser in 86, not bad. 239 hitter. No homers, but that average, pretty impressive for the Dodger pitcher. Z.Smith the stretch, and the delivery to Orel is a strikeout check, and hey, struck him out. So Z.Smith with a couple of little bumps in the second inning, but nothing he couldn't handle. We go to the bottom of the second. No score in Atlanta. Simmons, Harper, and Oberkfell switch righty-lefty coming up against Orel Hershiser. He winds and deals to the all-star catcher, or former all-star catcher. By this point, that's a foul ball. The next delivery to Simmons is an open result. Ted swings and hits it on the ground to Bill Russell at second base. He gloves it and throws to Greg Brock for out number 1. Here's Terry Harper. Hershiser kicks and deals. Strikeout check, and hey, struck him out. 2 gone in the Atlanta second. Oberkfell coming. Hershiser winds and delivers. Too high on the strikeout check. Oberkfell, a line drive caught by a diving Bill Russell at second base. So look at Bill Russell flashing the leather at his unaccustomed position. After 2, no score in Atlanta. Smith will face Duncan, Landro, and Cabell. Top of the order for the Dodgers in the 3rd. Duncan's 0 for 1. The pitch to him is a ballpark check. Base hit for Duncan. Is he going to try for 2? Harper's got to corral it. Let's check Terry's arm. I believe he is a 0. No, he's a -1. That knocks Duncan down to a 4. Let's see how this goes. He's around first. Harper toward the line. Fires his throw towards second. Duncan slams on the brakes, and he's going to be satisfied with a single. So now it'll be Landro coming to the plate. Not Landru, Star Trek fans. Landro. And Duncan, of course, a threat to steal. Z.Smith is a +2 on the hold. Duncan is a 13 then on getting the jump. Smith the stretch, the pitch to Landro. He holds. There goes Duncan on the steal. Simmons' arm behind the plate is a +2. That gives Duncan a 1-18 chance, and he slides in safely. Hubbard late with the tag, and the Dodgers have a man in scoring position with nobody out in the 3rd. Landro behind in the count 0-1. The pitch from Smith to Landro, who is 0 for 1 at the plate. It's a strikeout check, and hey, struck him out. That's 2 for Zane as he starts to work his way out of a little bit of a problem here in the 3rd. Cabell up now, 1 for 1. Duncan working on his lead at second. Smith the stretch and the delivery. It's a strikeout check, but a 15 is too high. Cabell swings, hits it on the ground to Bob Horner. He's going to take it to first himself as Duncan advances to 3rd with 2 outs. And now it's Mike Marshall. Down year for Marshall in '86. I imagine the back was giving him trouble. But he does have 19 home runs in 103 games, so there is some juice in that swing. Do you walk him with first base open to get to Cedeno? I'm saying no. Smith, the stretch, checks Duncan at 3rd, and the delivery home is a walk check, and he does walk him. So maybe it's the unintentional, intentional variety. Dodgers at the corners now for Cedeno, who is 0 for 1. Smith the stretch again. The delivery home to Cesar is a strikeout check, and that's too high. Cedeno swings. Line drive. Caught by a leaping, diving Glenn Hubbard. And that will retire the Dodgers in the 3rd. So Z.Smith has stranded 5 in 3 innings. But nobody's crossed the pay station, so I guess no harm done. We go to the bottom of the 3rd with no score in Atlanta at venerable Fulton County Stadium. Hubbard, Smith, and then the top of the order with Claudel coming up. 8-9-1 for the Braves in the 3rd. Hershiser winds and deals. A strikeout check is too high. Hubbard swings, and it's a base hit through Russell. Spoke too soon about the glove work. Hubbard is on with a single, and that'll bring up Z.Smith. An average bunter with an .085 average. doesn't give Chuck Tanner a load of options. Hershiser the stretch. The delivery, Z.Smith will try to bunt, and it's a wild pitch check. Oh, it fails. Never mind. It fails. So let's see if Smith gets down the bunt. We'll see where he bunts it as well. He bunts it in front of home plate, and it's a good one. No, I spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. He popped it up. Scioscia gets a glove on it. And he's going to fire down to first base. Can Hubbard get back? Hubbard's running is a 2. So if I roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6, they double up the hub. They double up the hub. So I'm going to do a P2-3 soul-crushing, rally-killing, bunted into a double play. 2 gone in the bottom of the third now for Claudel. Nobody aboard. Poor fundamental execution. Hershiser winds and deals. Open result for Claudel. He popped it up. That wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth. Under it is Enos Cabell in fair territory, and he takes it for out number 3. We've played 3 in Atlanta, and we have no score. Brock, Russell, and Scioscia coming in the Dodger half of inning number 4. Six, 7, 8 hitters. Z.Smith winds and deals. A walk check, but a 16 is not too high. Brock will walk. Z.Smith's third walk on the evening. You can't say he's got good stuff tonight. Now it's Russell. He's allowed 3 hits, 3 walks. He's struck out 2. But, again, nobody has scored for the Dodgers, or the Braves for that matter. Russell 1 for 1. Smith the stretch, and the deliveries are get to the kitchen. Oh, my God, I smell gas. Russell swings, hits it to center. Murph is on the run. But Murph has lost a step by 1986. We'll see if he can catch up to it. He cannot. It's a base hit. He cuts it off before it gets to the gap. Brock, not being fleet of foot, will stop at second. There's 2 Dodgers on with nobody out for Scioscia now. Hershiser is on deck. And Z.Smith again in trouble. This time in the Dodger 4th. So we have a lefty-lefty matchup here. Scioscia versus Smith. Smith the stretch and the delivery to Mike. It's a strikeout check, but an 18's too high. Scioscia swings and hits it through Horner at first. That's going to be a base hit. And now what? So Brock is a 2, and he will have to hold. So the bases will be loaded for Hershiser. Now Chuck Tanner has to position his infield defense. They're going to play in at the corners and halfway up the middle. Smith the stretch and the delivery to Orel Hershiser is a walk check, but a 12 is too high. So Hershiser swings. He's not bunting. It's hit on the ground to Oberkfell at third base. All right. Now, Oberkfell is coming home, and that will retire Brock at the plate on the fielder's choice as Hershiser reaches first base safely. So Obergfell retires Brock at home. 5-2 if you're scoring with us. The throw to Simmons getting the force at the plate. Now it's Duncan up. Base is still loaded with one out, and the Braves infield stays right there. It's going to be halfway up the middle and in at the corners. Smith the stretch, the pitch to Duncan is an open result for the switch hitter. He swings, and it's grounded again to Obergfell. He gloves it. Russell coming home. He fires to Simmons, and there is another out at the plate. So now the Braves can move their defense to normal depth, and it's Landro, a lefty-lefty matchup. Is Smith going to get out of another mess? The stretch from Smith to Landro is a strikeout check, and hey, struck him out. The bases loaded with nobody out, and Smith gets out of it. The Dodgers have now stranded. Let me take off my socks and shoes. That'll be 8 base runners in 4 innings. Tommy Lasorda looking for the vaping materials in the dugout. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Both teams have what the little boy shot at. Nothing. Rafael Ramirez, Dale Murphy, Bob Horner, righty against Oral Hershiser in the bottom of the 4th. Oral winds and deals. It's an open result. And that's grounded to Mariano Duncan. He's up with it and throws to Greg Brock for out number 1. Here's Murph. He doubled in the 1st. The pitch from Hershiser is a foul ball. Next delivery to Murphy. Strikeout check. It's a 9, and hey, struck him out on the broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas. 3 strikeouts for Hershiser in 3 2/3, and now it's Horner. Horner 0 for 1. Hershiser winds and deals. This is a ballpark check. And it's hit on the ground to Mariano Duncan one more time. And he fires to Greg Brock, and that'll retire the side in 1-2-3 order in the 4th. We go to the 5th with no score in Atlanta. All right. So we got Z.Smith quickly approaching fatigue time. 26 batters before that becomes an issue. He has faced 20 in 4 innings. So, it's Cabell, Marshall, and Cedeno righty against the left-handed Smith in the Dodger 5th. The pitch from Zane is a foul ball. The next delivery to Enos Cabell is a walk check, and he does not walk him. Walking Enos Cabell is not an easy task. Line drive snagged by Rafael Ramirez, and there's one down in the Dodger 5th. Here's Marshall, 0 for 1 with a walk. Smith winds and deals. Single if he's fatigued, but he's not. Marshall swings, hits it in the air to center. Murph into left center a few steps, and there's 2 gone. And Cesar Cedeno, just about ready to call it a career. Or did he play in 87? I think he played in 87. Was it for Whitey Herzog? Was he in? Oh, no, that was 85. I don't know if he played in 87. Tell me in the comments. Smith winds and deals to Cesar is an error check. Base hit to right, drops in front of Claudel, and 18's going to be too high, so Cedeno settles for a single, and that'll bring up Greg Brock, who is 0 for 1. Smith, the stretch, and the delivery is an open result to Brock. Brock swings and skies one to center field. Dale Murphy there. and puts it away for out number 3. So we're halfway through this one, but we've decided nothing. There is no score in the ball game. Oral Hershiser coming out again. He's allowed 2 hits. He has walked none. He has struck out 3. So, it's Simmons, Harper, and Oberkfell. One more time in the Braves' 5th. Oral winds and deals, foul ball. Next delivery to Simba is an error on a grounder check. It's hit on the ground to Bill Russell, and he does indeed boot it. Clank off the heel of his glove into short right field. Simmons is safe at first, and now it'll be Harper. Hershiser the stretch. Harper 0 for 1. The delivery to Terry is a strikeout check. That's a 9. It's going to be too high thanks to the -2 at Fulton County Stadium. And that's hit on the ground to Bill Russell. Can you believe this? -1 on the double play. He's got a 3. Goes back to a 4 because Russell's halfway. Duncan, though, is a -1 on the pivot. So that goes back to a 3. So it's Russell to Duncan for 1. The relay to Greg Brock is not in time. Terry Harper beats the rap at first. Simmons is retired 4-6 on the fielder's choice. Oberkfell up now with 1 out. Ken is 0 for 1. Error check. Oberkfell. Base hit. Russell knocks it down. He's now going to pick it up and try and throw it. And he makes an... Oh, wait. I got to do an error check. And he makes an error. Yikes. That is a big break for Atlanta. All right, so that is going to be an E4. A hit and an error. Harper's going to go to third. And Oberkfell goes to second. They're at second and third in the bottom of the 5th for Hubbard. 1 out. Hershiser's first legitimate jam of the evening. Dodger infield going to play in. Hershiser the stretch, and the delivery to Hubbard is a strikeout check, but 19's too high. Hubbard to left and deep and caught by Cesar Cedeno. Tagging is Harper. Hubbard's got a sacrifice fly rating of a 2. Harper will tag and score, and the Braves take a 1-0 lead. Z.Smith standing in the on-deck circle, and Chuck Tanner's got to decide what to do with him. There's 2 outs in the 5th. Oberkfell's still at second, and the pitcher spot is due. Z.Smith has thrown 347 pitches in 5 innings of work so far. So, with that said, the Braves are going to go for that extra run and call it a night for Z.Smith. Z.Smith returns to the dugout, and quickly warming in the Braves bullpen is the ever-present Jeff Dedman. He will become the new Braves pitcher. In the meantime, Chris Chambliss is going to do the pinch hitting for Z.Smith and try and drive in the second run of the evening off of Hershiser. Tell you about Smith's pitching, if that's the word I'm looking for. 5 innings, 6 singles on the night. That's it. But he also walked 3 men in 5 innings. He allowed no runs. He's in line for the win now if the Braves can hold on. Chambliss at the plate, a .311 hitter, largely in a pinch-hitting role in 1986. Hershiser the stretch. Oberkfell at second. There are 2 men out. The Braves have 1 in. It's 1-0 Atlanta. The pitch from Orel is a wild pitch check, and it's actually going to be a passed ball check for Mike Scioscia. And it is a passed ball. Mike can't corral it. Oberkfell advances to third, and now another run is 90 feet away. Chambliss ahead in the count, 1-0. Hershiser the stretch. The delivery to Chambliss is an error on a throw check. Hit in the air to left. Cesar Cedeno calling and taking, and that retires the Braves in the 5th. But in a rather ugly inning, they get 1 run on 1 hit and leave 1. 2 errors by Bill Russell highlighted the evening, or the inning, and the evening so far. Dedman is coming on to pitch for Atlanta. In the 6th, he is a right-hander. In 1986, he was 6-6 with 3 saves and a .298 ERA in 99 innings. All right, so he will face the bottom third of the Dodger order in inning number 6, Russell, Scioscia, and Hershiser. Russell is 0 for 2 and looking to make amends for his behavior in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch from Dedman is a strikeout check, but a 15's too high. Russell swings and lofts one in the air to left. Terry Harper is there in his tracks and makes the catch for out number 1. Now it's Mike Scioscia. 1 for 1 with a walk for Mike. The pitch from Dedman is another strikeout check, but this is again too high. Scioscia swings and launches one to right center and deep. This will split Washington and Murphy, and even Scioscia is going to be able to make a double out of this with 1 out. Now it's Hershiser, who would love to help himself by tying the game with a base hit. Although he may need a triple, he may need a triple to drive home Scioscia from second base. Dedman the stretch. Oh, I didn't indicate where Dedman came in. There you go. Dedman the stretch, and the delivery to Orel is a strikeout check. Too high. Orel's going to get a piece of it. Hit on the ground to short. That's Rafi. He's up with it and throws to Horner for out number 2. Now it's Duncan. Duncan is 1 for 3. Dedman the stretch and the delivery. Open result for Mariano. He swings, hits it on the ground to Oberkfell at third. To his left, he plants, he throws to Horner, and that retires the Dodgers as they strand yet another runner. Let's count their total at this point. They've got 1, 3, 5, 8, 9, 10 stranded in 6 innings. Tommy Lasorda with a gas can in the Dodger dugout, and he's dumping it all over himself. I don't know what he's got in mind. Bottom of the 6th coming, Washington, Ramirez, and Murphy. Top of the Braves order against Hershiser. Here's the Dodgers 6th in case you could not see that. And you probably couldn't, unless you're me. All right, so it's Hershiser now. Washington leading off. He's 0 for 2. The pitch from Orel is a walk check, and he does indeed walk the the Braves leadoff man. Now, the Braves have some strategic decisions to make. Ramirez coming to the plate. Claudel is now at first. We add 1 to the jump, so 7. Claudel's going to get the jump. He does not get the jump, so it's up to Rafi. 0 for 2 for Ramirez. Hershiser's delivery is a strikeout check, and hey, struck him out. Number 4 for Orel. He has faced 20 hitters now. He can do 28 before fatigue becomes an issue. Murph is 1 for 2. He's in there now. Claudel at the plate. He's trying for the jump. One more time, but a 19 is too high. The pitch to Murphy is an open result. Murph swings and hits it on the ground to Mariano Duncan. We got a 2 on Murphy's double play chances. We have a -1 on Hershiser. Duncan is halfway, so that gets us back to a 2. And Bill Russell is a 0 at second base on the pivot. So Duncan goes to Russell for 1. The relator Brock is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 6-4-3 double play turned by the Dodgers. We've played 6 not artistic innings. Inartistic, unartistic, inartistic innings. But the Braves lead 1-0. They're looking for win number 4 against 5 losses so far in the season. We're up to April 19th, 1986 with as-played lineups. You betcha. As played, baby. As played. All right. 2, 3, 4 hitters coming. Landro, Cabell, and Marshall. Throwing in the Dodger bullpen is, in the Braves bullpen is Dwayne Ward, a young right-hander. Dedman winds and deals to Landro, not Landrew, Landro. Get to the kitchen. Oh my God, it's a range check. Second base, Hubbard. These were not Glenn Hubbard's salad days in terms of range. He's a 2. But he makes the play to Bob Horner for out number 1 in the 7th. Leadoff man retired. Here's Cabell. Now, we could pinch hit here. I'm against pinch hitting in the 7th just on principle because you always regret it later on. You need that guy in the 9th inning and you don't have him. So I'm going to let Enos bat, even though Tommy might go to the bench here. 1 for 3 for Enos. Dedman winds and deals. It's a strikeout check and hey, struck him out. First strikeout for Dedman, first strikeout for Cabell. 2 gone in the 7th, and now Mike Marshall, who's 0 for 2, and complaining of back pain. Dedman winds and deals. Get to the kitchen. Oh my God, I smell like don't light a match, we're gonna explode. Marshall, base hit, unless Ramirez can make a play. It's a range check for Ramirez. Not his salad days either, but he's a 3. And he makes the play. The throw to Horner, the stretch, is in time. And that retires Marshall by about 4 steps. After 6.5, the Braves lead the Dodgers 1-0. Wow. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Hershiser shaking his head as he walks out to the mound for inning number 7. Stretching him out at Atlanta. Horner, Simmons, Harper, 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Braves coming up in the 7th. Hershiser winds and deals to Bob Horner. It's a strikeout check, and a 9 is too high. Horner swings, lofts one to left. Cedeno on the run, warning track, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Now it's going to be Simmons warming up in the Braves bullpen. No longer is Dwayne Ward. It's Paul Assenmacher. Simmons is 0 for 2. Hershiser's pitch to him is a walk check, and he does walk the Braves catcher. Let's see where we are for fatigue. 23 batters faced so far. Harper up. Some stirring in the Dodger bullpen at the behest of Tommy Lasorda. Former Brave Carlos Diaz and former everybody Alejandro Pena, righty-lefty double-barreled action, just the way Tommy Lasorda likes it in the Dodger bullpen. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th, Harper up. Hershiser the stretch, and the delivery is a walk check, but a 19's too high. Terry swings, hits it on the ground to Russell. Here we go again. Duncan on the pivot is a -1. We got a 4. -1 is a 3. -1 from Duncan is a 2. Russell was at double play depth, so back up to a 3. Russell goes to Duncan for 1, and the relay to Brock is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 4-6-3 double play turned by the Dodgers. That is their 3rd double play on the evening. We go to the 8th with your score, Atlanta 1, LA nothing. We have tempted fate as long as we dare with Jeff Dedman, so we will have a new pitcher for the Braves in inning number 8. Going to the left-hander, Paul Assenmacher. He will bat in the 9 spot in the order. And he will face Cedeno, Brock, and Russell, righty, lefty, righty in the Dodger order. Starting to throw in the Braves bullpen is closer Bruce Sutter, who really was past his salad days, but has been effective so far before he blows out his arm in about another month. And Gene Garber takes over the closing chores. All right, so it'll be Cedeno, Brock, and Russell. Top of the 8th, Dodgers need a run to tie this up. Assenmacher will wind and deal. Error on a grounder check. That 15's going to be awfully high if there is one. Ground ball, Horner. I don't think he's a 15. He's a 1. Horner makes the play. He's going to take it to the bag himself, and there's one gone. Brock coming up. They could hit for him, and I think they might. Let's see what we got here on the Dodger bench. We got Alex Trevino, nope. Len Matusik, left-handed hitter, no. Steve Sachs, seems like a likely candidate. And he will hit for Brock against the left-handed dealings of Paul Assenmacher. I'm avoiding, and you can thank me later, the use of any Bermanisms with Steve Sachs's name. 1 out. Brock ends the night 0 for 2 with a walk. Assenmacher winds and deals to Sachs. He hits it to left and deep. Did he get enough of it? Back goes Harper, and it's foul. Next delivery to Sachs is grounded to Oberkfell. He gloves it and throws to Horner for out number 2 in the 8th. Bill Russell coming up. And that's an opportunity for another pinch hitter, although Russell does have a couple of hits. So I'm going to let him bat against the left-hander. Sosha on deck. It's a ballpark check. Got a 4 there. And we're going to have a rare play. With the bases empty. See what happens here. If outdoors, which we are, a storm front passes through causing a rain delay. Roll 1 d20 with 1 to 3 being a rain out. 4 to 20 is added to the current pitcher's batters faced. If this puts the pitcher over the tired rating, he does not return. All right, so let's see what happens. We got rain in Atlanta. It is not a rain out. We add 14, and that makes a 16 for Assenmacher. He's way over his limit, and so we're going to see a new pitcher facing Bill Russell, and that's going to be closer Bruce Sutter now that the rain delay is over. So Sutter is going to come on, and he will bat 6th in the order. He'll take over here in the top of the 8th. We will have a new left fielder for the Braves, and it's going to be the speedy Omar Moreno. Terry Harper's night is done. Well, actually, you know what? We're going to have Moreno play center field and bat 9th. Murphy will move to right field, and Claudell Washington will move to left field. So the defensive gyrations are done, and now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Bill Russell now that Sutter is in. The Dodgers are going to go to their bench and find Franklin Stubbs, who's got the juice to launch one out of here and tie this game. So we have a rain delay. We're back at it. 1-0 Braves. Sutter is on. He's looking for a 4-out save tonight. Stubbs is hitting for Russell. On deck is Socha. Stubbs hit .226 with 23 bombs on the 1986 season. Assenmacher went 2/3 of an inning and didn't allow anything. Sutter 2-0 in 86 with 3 saves and a .434 earned run average. He winds and deals to Stubbs, and we're going to have an error check on a throw if there is one. It's hit to left and deep. Back goes Claudell, and he makes the catch for out number 3. One more time, the Braves tempt fate and come away laughing. Steve Sachs will be your new second baseman for LA in the bottom of the 8th. Franklin Stubbs will be your new first baseman in the bottom of the 8th. And Hershiser will be back out for his 8th inning of work, facing the bottom third of the Braves order in the bottom of the 8th. Oberkfell, Hubbard, and Moreno. So, Braves looking for insurance, or as they say in Central Illinois, insurance. And they will have a lefty, a righty, and a lefty up first to try and do that. Oberkfell is 1 for 2. Hershiser's fatigue is a 28. He could get through this inning. The pitch from Hershiser to Oberkfell is a ballpark check. Base hit right field. Oberkfell bangs one through. Mike Marshall bends over, much to his aching back's displeasure, and throws it back in, especially after a rain delay. I bet that back feels really good. And now Glenn Hubbard is up, 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly for Hub. Lot of options here. We'll see what Chuck Tanner wants to do. Hershiser the stretch and the delivery. Hubbard squares to bunt. And unbelievably, he popped it up. And I don't think that's anything. I think we proceed to bunt. We do. We do proceed to bunt. But it's a 19. Hubbard is a 5. What happens? It's a great bunt. Where does it go? It goes right out in front of the plate. Rolls too far away from Scioscia for him to make a play on, and everybody's going to be safe. Obergfell at second. Hubbard with a bunt single is safe at first, and Moreno is up. Tommy Lasorda is going to move the corners in now with Moreno at the plate, anticipating another bunt. Hershiser the stretch, the delivery to Moreno, and he does square to bunt. He gets it down. It's gloved by Hershiser, who will fire to Sachs covering first. And that will move the runners up to second and third with one out in the bottom of the 8th. Now it's Claudel. Here comes Tommy, and he wants Carlos Diaz to do a lefty-lefty matchup. Hershiser's night is done. 7 1/3 innings. He allowed 5 hits. 1 run. It was not earned, but it did count. These two guys are his responsibility. Potential runs 2 and 3. Obergfell at third and Hubbard at second here in the 8th. Orel walked 2 men. He struck out 4. And he's in line for the loss unless the Dodgers can rally. Carlos Diaz was a Brave in 82 before he was dealt to, don't tell me, he was dealt in 82 for somebody. Oh my gosh. Why can't I remember? Carlos Diaz was traded in 82 to the Mets for Tom Houseman, who appeared in just a couple games in September for Atlanta. I can't believe I remember that. It's a form of sickness, people. It's an illness that I have. All right. So it's Claudel now against Diaz. I am not going to hit for Claudel. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Obergfell's at third. The whole Dodger infield moves in. The pitch to Claudel is a strikeout check and a 7. Hey, struck him out. 2 gone. I should have pinch hit for Claudel. Now it's Ramirez. We need a clutch hit from Rafi, and he has delivered them in the past. Here comes Tommy. He wants Pena, and it's going to be a righty-righty matchup now. As we're going batter to batter, Pena in 1986 was 1-2 with a save and a 4.89 ERA, so somebody was hitting him. Ramirez, I don't have any left-handed pinch hitters left, so I may as well leave him in there. Ramirez 0 for 3. He's going to bat. Pena the stretch. First base is open. Murphy's on deck, though. The pitch to him is an open result. Rafi swings and hits it on the ground to third. Knocked down by Cabell. He picks it up and fires to Franklin Stubbs, who stretches, and they get Ramirez by a step. We go to the 9th. With your score, Atlanta 1, Dodgers nothing. And we'll start the inning with a pinch hitter for Alejandro Pena. So Pena goes a third of an inning, doesn't allow anything. Oh, I'm sorry. It'll be Scioscia first, then a pinch hitter, then Mariano Duncan, 8-9-1, coming for the Dodgers against Bruce Sutter. In the on-deck circle for Pena is Lenny Matusek, late of the Philadelphia Phillies. But first it's Scioscia. Sutter winds and deals. Strikeout check. 18's too high. Scioscia, ground ball Oberkfell. He knocks it down. He picks it up. He throws to Horner, and there's one gone in the ninth. Matusek now hitting for Pena. Matusek hitting for Pena. Nobody on, one out in the ninth. Sutter winds and deals. Strikeout check. Hey, struck him out. Last chance saloon for the Dodgers in the ninth is Mariano Duncan. Mariano Duncan is 1 for 4. Sutter winds and deals. Strikeout check. Too high. Barely. Duncan gets to swing. Base hit through shortstop past Ramirez. He's on with a single, and now it's Landro. Not Landrew, Landro. And Sutter will be fatigued after this batter, so Garber is going to start to throw in case the wheels fall off the cart here in the ninth. Landro is the last chance saloon. They could send Duncan to get him in scoring position. He would be a good bet to get there. He's an 11 with a 16 plus 2 from Simmons' arm makes him an 18. He's going to try for the jump. Landro takes the first pitch. Duncan gets the jump. There he goes. The throw down from Simmons to Ramirez is not in time, and Duncan steals his second base of the night. Landro is behind in the count 0-1. Tying run is in scoring position. Sutter the stretch, and the delivery to Landro is hit in the air to center. Moreno calling, Moreno taking, and the Braves have a 1-0 victory. Yikes. For the, I did that wrong. Here we go. For the victorious Braves, 1 run on 5 hits. And they committed no errors. For the Dodgers, no runs on 8 hits. They committed 2 ghastly errors by Bill Russell, who wears the goat horns for tonight's game, but also they left 5, 8, 9, 10, 11 batters on base. The winning pitcher is Z.Smith. I will give you his record here. He is now 2-1. I believe this is Sutter's second save, if I am not mistaken. Let's look that up before we depart. This is his 3rd save of the season. And the loss goes to Oral Hershiser. Thanks for being with us. The Braves now improve their record to 4-5 on the 1986 season. Thanks for being with us. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel, my friends. I do appreciate it very much. Have a wonderful day. So long, everybody.